Hello and welcome to the very first taping of the podcast To the Table. My name is Samuel Patrick and here's my co-host Casey.
How you doing, everybody?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I don't know why I responded for you guys.
It's all right. You get to be the voices in my head, Sam.
It's a very one-sided conversation this week. What do we got going on this week, Casey?
All right. So we've got bird eating an alligator.
Just one bird?
Just one bird.
Okay. We also got no police in Brazil in one specific town.
And I try out African Dream Root.
Alrighty. Now we're going to move on to a segment called Free Time. During this time, we're just going to talk about a week. You're going to get to know us and you're going to love us. And if you don't, then we're going to try really hard to make you love us because I need that kind of affection. Okay, so this week I work at a cell phone store downtown. Casey knows this.
I do.
Most people do know this. It's not in a very safe part of town, I guess you say. The demographic there is kind of, if you know.
Mildly terrifying when you're alone?
Not more entertaining than terrifying, but it can be terrifying at sometimes.
As long as you don't work there at night.
I off by 5 o'clock, so I'm usually pretty good.
Perfect.
So this guy comes into my store who is a regular. He is homeless. I knew that at least. And usually he's really drunk when he comes in, which I think is entertaining. It's super fun, but he's not like causing any harm to anybody. But he came in about 4 or 5 days ago. What's today? Yeah, he came about 4 or 5 days ago, and he was shit rocked. Like, he walks in, looks at me, and immediately falls, just right on his ass, straight to the ground. So I rush over and I say, "Michael, are you okay?" And he looks up at me in a very dazed and confused manner and says, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yes." I help him up and we bring him over to the counter, and as I'm bringing him to the counter, he's just a waterfall of drool is just pouring down his face. It eventually leaves a puddle on my counter. And the whole entire time I was trying to ask him, "Hey, what do you want me to do? What's going on?" And he just kept on saying, I was like, "Okay." And I finally just said, "Michael, how much have you had to drink today?" And he gives me a shocked look.
How much?
"How much have you had to drink today, Michael?" And he gives me this shocked look like, oh God, he knows. Like, fuck, everyone would know if you saw this dude. And he says, "Well, I've had a little bit." And I said, "Well, you should probably go sleep it off. You should probably leave." So he leaves, and about 15 minutes later, I have another customer walk in, and he just nonchalantly says, "You know, there's a guy like asleep on the sidewalk outside." And I was like, "Oh shit, really?" And I open the door, and Michael is laying on the sidewalk. I know he didn't fall down. That's the first thing I was freaked out about because I thought maybe he hurt himself, but no, he just laid down with his legs propped up, like crossed over each other, and he had his backpack using as a pillow. So I was like, he just wanted to take a nap. And it was snowing outside and like sleet, rain. It was not nice outside. He's just like bathing in it. It was great. So I go back inside and finish up with this customer, and I look out again, and Michael is now trying to sit up, but he is so wasted that he can't even like stand up to save his goddamn life. He is rolling over the snow. His ass is hanging out, and it's beet red from like grinding on the ice. Jeez. Moving back and forth. So I call 911, not to get him arrested or anything like that. I just didn't want him to get hurt or like wander traffic and get hit by a car. So the paramedics come and they bring him back in the store because it's cold outside. We sit him on a chair, and I look at him, and he is just has the biggest smile on his face. He is on cloud nine, enjoying himself.
He's probably just happy to be warm.
That's exactly what he was saying. He kept like, "I can't thank you guys enough for bringing me back in here. He told me to leave, but now we're back in here, so we're okay." Detox ended up coming to pick him up, and they left. And paramedics were so nice and so just like on his side. And like at the very end, the guy was like, "I'm really sorry about this." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? This is the most entertainment I've had all week. Hell, all month. Thank you." And they went on their way, and then nothing else happened the rest of my day. Casey, how was your week?
Not super interesting. Worked a 50-hour week. But I did actually go out and see the Lego movie, the Lego Batman movie to be exact.
Oh, okay.
So I decided as at least a little chunk of my free time segment, I'm going to do a movie review, which I don't watch that many new movies, so this is kind of a one-off for the time being.
It could be old movies, too.
Well, it might be less interesting that way.
As long as it's a good movie, we're cool.
You know, we're going to go for good and bad movies. Cool. We have a rating system. It's based on beers.
Okay, explain.
In this specific instance, we're going to say it's based off of a 1 to 10 beer rating. 1 being you only need 1 beer, and it's, pretty entertaining. And then 10 being... trying to
Oh,
watch.
so okay, so it's kind of like golf. The higher the number, the worse the score, basically.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, I'm following. So if you need 7 beers to enjoy this movie, and you got a 7, it's not a very good movie.
Correct.
You
And I
only
mean-
need 1 or 2 beers to enjoy a movie. It's decent.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm picking up.
And in theory, I guess the beer number is infinite as long as you don't pass out, depending on how bad the movie really is.
Say, we can get deep into this and talk about people's like tolerances to alcohol, and it's like, well, for this gal over here is 120 pounds. It takes 10 beers. And
We're
for-
going 1 to 10 here.
We're just we're gonna
10,
keep it
10
easy.
being like trying to watch a porn for the entertainment value based off of like everything in the script. And then in this specific situation, I'm going to give it 2 beers. It was actually pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The general animation was pretty good. Super entertaining. And it was like just too...
I feel like wasn't there another Lego Batman movie, or was he in the old Lego movie?
He might have been in the old Lego movie.
'Cause I feel like I've seen it.
There was an old Lego movie. It was like super political.
Really?
Yeah.
Was
I think I could be talking to my ass.
I think Chris Pratt voiced the main dude, didn't he?
That sounds about right. I don't remember.
I think I was really stoned when I saw it, but I think I saw it.
Okay, I don't remember who actually did the voice of Batman in this, but
Batman
it was still
definitely
really
was
good.
in that first one. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, super entertaining. And it was basically just like slapstick comedy left and right for 2 hours, and I think it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes. It was nuts.
And it was Legos.
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't be super entertaining.
No, you have no idea. It was awesome.
Well, obviously you gave it 2 beers.
Also, Jonah Hill and I believe the bearded guy from The Hangover.
Oh, Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis played the Joker.
They both did, or just Zach?
Just Zach
What
Galifianakis was
Who did
Joker.
Jonah Hill play?
I don't remember.
See Batman.
I had a couple beers.
Oh,
but it was good.
So your rating system is actually how many beers you had before you saw the movie.
Not always. We'll see what happens.
He's gonna come back one day from watching like Schindler's List and be like, "Yeah, 10 beers." What? No, I had 10 beers before I saw the movie, so that's just the rating it gets.
Well, at some point, I'm going to go to one and be like, nope, too much.
Too much.
I don't remember it.
I don't remember.
Maybe it was a good thing.
There's an 11. Okay, so now since we're talking about it, we're going to go on to the news. This is a segment where, self-explanatory, we're going to talk about the news. First things first. I'm really just kidding. Back on the 9th of February, so this last 9th, it was day 6 of no police in a place called Espírito Santo, which is in Brazil. The city in there.
Okay.
Within these 6 days, 100 people dead, $28.87 million worth of damage done to local businesses there.
Wow.
This is 6 days. And now I've looked up increased numbers from the 11th. That's as far as the caught up I've gotten.
Right, so a week ago still.
A week ago still. So 8 days now, 137 people. So in 2 days, 37 people. And this isn't people that just died from, diabetes or whatever. This is people that were killed because of lack of police.
Wow.
137 people in 8 days, and the 28.87 million has now gone up to 30 point something million. So it's gone up by $2 million in 2 days. That's $1
So
million bucks a
basically
day.
what Rio spent on the Winter Olympics.
Yes, I didn't realize there was that much money in Brazil.
Well, now we know.
Apparently, and you know what I'm really excited for? Not really excited for, I should say, but
I don't know. Should you say it?
when the cops, like eventually, they're on strike because they want their wages to be lifted up higher. They want to get paid more.
Right.
Who else? Who doesn't?
Well, for how many people died, yeah, they probably want to get paid more.
Seriously, but do you know how much shit they're gonna have to clean up once they reach their goal?
It's called job security.
It's called shady job security right there. I don't want to do that shit. You kidding me? Like, they're fucked. They're going to... Eventually, the government is going to give them and pay them what they want to get paid because they... Well, shit, it's been 8 days and 137 people are going to die.
So is anything being done about it yet?
I don't know. The last article that I saw about it was on the 11th.
Okay.
And today's the 18th, so that was still a week ago. I'm sure I'll find something soon, but... shit. Huh?
Military?
Oh, yes, they're taking... I forgot. They're taking military action with it now.
I thought I heard you mention that earlier.
The government from Brazil has deployed 1,200 troops to basically become the police until the police decide to come back.
Well, at least they have something. Maybe it'll slow the damage down a
You know
little
what
bit.
would piss me off so much? If
What?
the police came back right after the army cleaned up their mess. It's like they came back and they got a higher wage. 137 people died because these fuckers are not making enough money.
I feel like that's illegal to do in the United States. I don't think they can.
I don't think they
At
can
least
do that.
here they can't.
They
Go
would
on
find
strike.
somebody else, yeah.
Well,
It's unionized over there.
Or go to federal prison for bailing.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got next, Casey?
All right, so let's see. We've got.
My lips are so dry. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Recently, I read an article about a blue heron that was found eating an alligator in Florida.
Okay, so many questions. So many questions. First off,
I probably don't have answers, but it's worth a try.
well, first off, did the blue heron kill this alligator?
I think it was trying to eat it alive.
What?
Yeah.
Like it was just like this alligator was just chilling, and this like bird just came up and started pecking at it. And
Yep,
eating at
that's pretty much what I got out of it.
The fuck? How? Okay, did you see a picture of it?
I did not get a good picture of it.
God damn it!
I just saw a picture of a blue heron.
I want to see how big the bird was compared to this alligator, because there's tiny alligators out there.
True, and there's some pretty big blue herons out there too. Their wingspans can be huge.
Are there any blue herons in Washington?
I know there's herons. I don't know if they're blue herons particularly.
Are there any blue-footed boobies?
No, I don't think those are native
No
to Washington State. There's definitely blue-footed boobies in the world.
What's the other boob bird? It has the word tit in it. You know what I'm talking about.
I can't.
There's another bird out. I'm gonna look this up.
Look it up. There's a reason we have laptops in front of us.
There's another bird out there that has the word tit. I probably shouldn't just type in bird tit on Google.
No, you could end up with something like chicken breasts. At least they're delicious.
The tit. Oh, it's just called a tit.
Oh, well then.
I thought it was something else. They're chickadees. Tit is the bird. Okay. And there's a great tit, apparently. The Eurasian blue tit. Oh my god, I could read this for hours. Okay, moving on. Next segment, what we got here. Let's see. Bill Nye is making a comeback.
Yes, I heard about this.
After 19 years of not being on a show, he's been on, TV stations and things like that.
And trying to save the world and be a badass.
Well, his new show is called Bill Nye Saves the World.
Oh,
it's gonna be a Netflix original series. There's gonna be a bunch of different actors on it. Murray is chewing up one of your socks.
It's cool. I didn't want to get up and do anything about it.
Bill Nye Saves the World. It comes out on shit. I already forgot.
Soon.
Soon enough where they're putting commercials on it already on Netflix. But there's going to be a bunch of different guest hosts there every week. I think they have a new one. I saw a couple pretty popular actors. Like one of the dudes from Lord of the Rings is going to be on it. Emma Stone. He has, what's the rapper name? A famous rapper that I can't remember his name.
Is he new or old?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like Chance the Rapper would do something like that.
Oh, it actually might have been Chance.
Okay.
Because that's how I saw it. I was on Chance's Facebook page.
Lately. Okay.
Okay, this is a little sidetrack here really quick, but Chance the Rapper is the first rapper to win a Grammy that hasn't been signed. First black rapper.
I actually did, but only because I just read an article about it and how he's basically not willing to sign up with anybody.
His music is also not for sale.
Yep.
It's literally just free.
Oh.
Like for streaming and everything like that. He puts it up on Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora, but you can't really, click a playlist on Pandora like that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, now let's see here. We got local news here, not super local to Spokane, except for we're in Washington.
Washington in
State.
general.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something really awesome happened earlier this week. We had a Supreme Court in Washington State decide that it is in fact illegal for businesses to turn down services for people based on their sexual orientation. So that now falls under the category of
transgender,
well,
everything.
or just you can't deny service due to race or gender, or now
basically anything
sexual
that
preference.
a racist redneck would turn away, they can't do anymore.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Washington's just turning into the perfect liberal place that
This
we
sucks
want to
for
live
Freeman. Freeman is not going to be happy with this.
in. Well, sometimes the eastern side of the state's not always happy about it, but
no, it's pretty red.
it's all right.
I think that's fucking awesome.
It is. I got lots of happy friends about it.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's really, really cool. I wonder do you think this will ever expand past Washington? Do you ever think places like Texas and Alabama will accept that kind of stuff?
I think at some point it's going to have to, or we're going to end up in another civil war of some sort.
I think that'll happen before when we were watching the episode of Top Gear, when they wrote a bunch of stuff like I'm bisexual on their cars and stopped at a gas station, they got attacked. They threw rocks at their windows. They got shotguns out and actually, I don't remember if there was a shotgun, but I remember they were throwing rocks and threatening.
Yeah, they were worried for their lives.
Yeah.
Well,
that was just in Alabama. That was just literally a joke painted on the car, and they took it that serious.
We'll just have to wait for that generation to die off.
Hopefully it's soon.
And hopefully stop reproducing. Hopefully the Darwin effect sort of speeds up in those areas.
Inbreeding would, cease at some point.
You know, they just get stupider and stupider, so it just kind of like excels itself.
It's like when you when you divide something by 3 and you get 0.333 remainder forever.
I don't know, but I just had this really terrible thought. It's
God. Let's hear it.
incest snowballing. If you know what that together means.
Oh my. Oh my God.
Moving on.
For the 2 listeners that we will have for this podcast, I hope you understand that. If you don't, just shoot me a text.
Or you can look it up, actually. Google's great for stuff like
I
that.
would not look up that combination.
I can think of something worse to Google if you haven't seen it already.
Oh my God. Okay, now we're going to go on to a new segment. Well, they're all new segments.
Exactly, they're all new segments, Sam.
We were rehearsing this earlier, and I said new segment like 3 times, and each time Casey was like, Sam! They're all new segments, God damn it.
New, no D. There's no
Did I
D
say
in
nude?
that.
Well,
yeah, it sounded like nude segments.
We could be nude right now. They wouldn't know.
I would like to say I'm in pajamas, but I'm still wearing jeans.
I'm nude. He's looking at me from like the chest up, and I'm wearing a sweater, but underneath that, nothing.
That's why there's a table between us.
That's what have you brought to the table? I can tell you what I brought under the table.
Well, you did bring your wiener to the table, but he's in the dog bed over there.
Say he's down there. For those who don't know, I do have a wiener dog named Murray. He's the most cuddly, beautiful wiener dog ever. Just so people don't think that we're making stupid wiener jokes. Even though that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, moving on.
Dad jokes, let's go.
This next segment is called Casey's Culinary Whatever of the Week.
Oh, yes. Well, welcome to Casey's Culinary Whatever of the Week. So this one's going to be a short one, even though it's the first one. So they might all be short.
We haven't decided yet.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Anyway, so random kitchen thought here. Jargon fact.
Tips.
Tip. This is a tip.
This is a tip.
Well, actually, it's a tip to not use the tip.
Not just the tip. God, I have so many jokes.
When you're cutting avocados,
just stick the tip in.
Don't use the tip of the knife. When you're cutting avocados, go around the outside of the pit with the flat side of the blade, and then use the flat side or the heel of the knife, if you know what that is, to go into the avocado pit. Because if you try to use the tip, it might go through the pit.
You might get just the tip in your hand. Which, I mean, I know a lot of guys put their tip in their hand for fun. But this will go through your hand. And
the
tip's not going to be in the fun way. I'm gesturing it all to Casey right now, by the way.
The avocado oil is really going to kind of lube things up a little bit.
Oh, no. I feel like that would sting. Oh, God. Okay.
All right. So speaking of, knives and things with handles, we're going to go on to the next segment. It is called How Would You Handle?
Yes, this is a fun new one. They're all new. God fucking damn it.
It's okay. They're all new, Sam. At least you're finishing the sentence.
I know. See, when I'm going to be used to it when we come up with new segments for the next shows.
True.
Anyway, this one's called How Would You Handle? And basically, each week, Casey and I are going to come up with something odd, like a scenario, and ask each other how they would handle that said scenario. So, Casey, how would you handle it if Pokemon were real?
Well, I'd probably be kind of weirded out. I think...
Like, I'm talking, you get to join a gym, everything like that. You can become a trainer. You can join Team Rocket.
It'd be incredibly interesting, but I think some really weird things would start to happen. There'd probably be some, like, Pokemon terrorism. And then we'd have to have, like, a special Pokemon, like, team associated with Homeland Security because the Chinese would start training all of these Pokemon to be super athletic and crazy. And then the Russians would have theirs and, like, feed them steroids and give them a bunch of vodka and shit would get weird. So
basically, like, each country would have their own personal Pokemon army.
Yeah, basically. We'd have a Pokemon army.
I was going to say, what would America's Pokemon be?
What are the fat and lazy ones?
Snorlax.
Okay. It'd be a bunch of Snorlaxes.
Snorlax.
I think that's plural in its own.
Okay,
Never
so
mind. No X's.
No Snorlaxes. The fastest Pokemon that I think I know of is Dragonite. So Dragonite would be... No, I can't say that's racist.
What's the one you were saying is the size of a building the other day?
Size of a building? Oh, Whaler is the biggest Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's literally like 50. It's like Gyarados is considered huge.
Yeah.
And it's like 30 times.
I think Gyarados was the one you were talking about.
I
still feel like things would get kind of weird though, because if a Squirtle was real, you'd have like this turtle and squirrel mixture, which I actually didn't know about until the run through of this taping. Which I just find it be really something meant for trees, but that can swim and
I feel like we would find some fucked up stuff like poaching. I think there you. There
I think you're gonna say Pokemon porn. Don't even go there.
No, God, see, what is it? Rule 34.
Yes.
No, I think poaching would become a pretty big issue. There would be like black markets for like Pikachu teeth and like like the scales from a Dragonite or fucking
Meowth tails.
Meow. Meow. Yeah, seriously, I think that would be the biggest thing, especially because, well, it would all be new because we'd have regular animals still and stuff like that, but Pokemon would have powers. They all have fighting moves, you know? They can
True.
shoot fire from their
Okay, so maybe the
assholes.
real question is, would we all survive if Pokemon
I was
came
going to
around?
say, would we be able to actually tame them? Like,
Because I told you, yeah, like I feel like at some point we would probably like poach them just a few too many times, and they're all just smart enough that they would try to kill
I was
us.
going to say they'd retaliate.
Yeah.
And well, especially if like Mewtwo, who is super actually like smart and can speak English and probably every other language, he would become the new world
Unlike
leader.
the rest of Pokemon that just say their fucking names
So
over and over
that
again.
would annoy me so much. Just like imagine there's like indigenous regions for certain Pokemon, like I don't know, like Pidgeys,
Yeah.
or or Eevees are in Spokane, which is actually very popular in Pokemon Go. Everywhere you go, just hear Eevee, 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 Eevee. Oh my God! Like I would want to kill them. I would become a poacher at that point in time.
So I just had this like thought. So there's this dog. Sam and I live in a house together, and
Oh, fucking Huey.
I
God damn.
imagine if Huey was a Pokemon and he
Imagine
was just
that
like
volume.
Huey.
So you guys will hear it in the background at some point in time, but the dog next door barks constantly at nothing. He could be staring at a fucking wall and will just... I just imagine him screaming his name. Imagine if people were like that.
Actually, I've known a few like that. I swear.
I could feel like I could make a really mean autism joke right now.
All right. So,
Matt, no, seriously, imagine if people were like that. That's how they communicated, was like the inflection of their voice and body language, but always just said your name. Samuel. Samuel, Samuel. Samuel, Samuel. Samuel, Samuel.
yeah.
I just burped.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. Be a little much.
How would you be named? Like when you're born, your parents can only say their names, so they can't be like, oh, his name's Samuel. They would be like, Pat, and no one would be what the fuck you're saying.
Well, everyone would just have the same fucking name then.
Or I guess they could just write it down. You know,
Yes.
got to think smarter, Sam.
All right. So we're gonna go for your question.
Oh yes, what is my?
How would you handle being a stormtrooper?
Oh God. Okay, am I a new age stormtrooper, or am I a clone?
You, sir, are a clone.
I'm a clone. I would have an existential breakdown. I would feel so alone and so unindividual. Literally, everything that you are around is you, but you can't control it. Like I would be looking at you and you'd have my face. That terrifies me.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
That terrifies me. I always thought about this when I was watching Star Wars or I was watching the Clone Wars. Like they act like they're different people and like they can't. They're the same genetic code. They are all the same unless there's a defect, you know. So like if I saw something happen with a bunch of my clones next to me and I thought something bad, I knew they were thinking the same thing and I would just feel 10 times more ashamed. I feel like my emotions would just be amplified. I got real dark with this question.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna turn that around real quick.
Real quick.
I would start target practice more because stormtroopers can't shoot for shit. They can't hit
I thought the
anything.
clones were supposed to be better.
They were pretty good. Like in the television series, The Clone Wars, they were actually good in that one.
I mean,
but
if
still,
it's a clone, it's the same dude. So at least if
well, they
one,
got
if
different
one's-
weapons and different specialities too.
True.
So there'd be like pistols and rifles, snipers, and the fucking laser gun. I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Rail gun. No, not a rail gun. Tommy gun.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm thinking of. So yeah, I would have an existential breakdown and I would start improving my shot. That's how I would handle being a stormtrooper.
That works. All right. So
That really disheartened me about being a stormtrooper.
I know
like,
you
freaking out.
got kind of dark there for a minute.
Oh man. Okay. What's our next topic? Segment.
Favorite something, I believe.
Yes. Every week we are going to come up with one of our favorite somethings in a category that will be either predetermined by you guys sending in emails to us, or if you guys don't talk to us, then we'll pick something.
That's actually a really good idea. I hadn't thought about asking for people. to submit things. Finger guns.
If anybody is wondering, I'm finger gunning. I wanted to say finger bang, Casey, but I couldn't.
Well, if you ever watched the Batman or Lego Batman movie, it would be pew 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 pew.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind next time I go see that.
You should watch it.
I actually really do want to see
after a couple beers.
Oh, 2 beers.
2 beers.
2 beer rating. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so our favorite something this week, we are talking about footwear.
Footwear. Yes, favorite something footwear. So for me, it's gonna have to be the Vibram toe shoes.
Okay. Why?
Well, they're incredibly comfortable. You never thought this podcast would actually turn into people talking about shoes, did you?
We just curveballs left and right here.
So yeah, they're super comfy. I don't know. They're also really just interesting because of the reaction you get from people. Because like you'll be walking down the street. At least when they were new, people would look at them and just be like, "What the fuck is that?"
I remember the first time I saw a pair of Vibrams. I was at church and I was like, "The hell is this dude wearing?" I was super confused because at first I couldn't tell if he would wiggle his toes, and I couldn't tell if it was like toe shoes or if like his had a deformity in his foot.
He just painted his feet for fun.
It's body paint. That's actually all Vibrams are. It's just canvas.
Maybe foot painting is a fetish.
Rule 34.
Oh God, probably. Anyway, so yeah, they're super comfy. Actually, I was with somebody once at a store in Cheney, and we got kicked out because the dude behind the counter was like, "You're not allowed to wear socks in here. You got to wear shoes."
And you're like, "Motherfucker."
And she was wearing Vibrams. She's like, "Dude, there's rubber on the bottom. Give me a fucking break."
They're literally shoes, except they have little rubber pieces in between your toes.
Yeah.
God, that's weird. Murray, stop chewing out your bed. Go lay down. It's such a turd. My favorite footwear, I like fancy dress shoes. And not even fancy. I like vintage, kind of old school stuff.
You do have some fancy dress shoes.
I do have some I actually am not. I thought I was wearing them. I guess I'm not.
I thought you weren't wearing anything.
Oh, that's right. From the nipple down, I'm bare naked. It's either fancy dress shoes or any kind of like boot style like that, or I fucking love my slippers. There's no better feeling than coming home from work, taking off my shoes, and just going into either like little memory foam ones for my toes, getting like it's like an orgasm for your foot. Not to do anything with foot fetishes, but putting the slippers on and just crawling in my hammock and grabbing my dog and just laying down and reading a book is like.
It's some good shit.
It's some great shit.
Especially when it's cold outside.
Oh, it's the best. You come inside cold, wet or anything like that, and just heating blanket. Oh, I should bring my heating blanket upstairs is what I should do and put it in my hammock.
Also, we both personally recommend hammocks.
Oh, yes. We each have one in our bedrooms. And
there's 3 places in the house to hang them up.
4 places. Your bedroom, my bedroom, upstairs living room, and the laundry room.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about the laundry room.
Yep, and eventually
soon to be 5.
I was gonna say eventually downstairs in the main.
Camp hammocks are the shit.
They're so nice.
We just have to go use them camping.
I want to get to a thing that kind of has to do with camping really quick.
Go for it.
This has nothing to do with any of our
Surprise!
segments,
I didn't actually know about this one.
Yeah, this just came to my head.
Do it.
So my dad is interested in purchasing a small outdoor cabin up on a river that connects to the Pend Oreille. It's about 2 hours away, and he wants me and my sister to invest in it with him. It only cost me $100 a month, and it'd be mine. Like my parents said, that would be like a gift for when they pass away. That would be like what we can keep on doing with our kids and things like that. And at first, I was like, that doesn't sound very interesting to me. And then I saw the pictures of it. It's a pretty small cabin. It's only about 575 square feet. It's wired for a generator electricity. It's got a oven, not an oven, a stove with a fireplace, and it's got a loft up above it, with like one of those triangular windows that looks over this river. It's on 2 acres, which about an acre of it is a giant flat lawn. Great for playing catch, putting up a slip and slide, anything that you can do outside. Archery. Seriously, like it's so cool.
Or just shooting things in general, whatever.
There's
Idaho, right?
Yes, it's in Idaho, yeah. Actually, no, it's in Washington.
Damn.
Yeah. Because it's not. It's just about 2 hours north of Pend Oreille. No, it's about 2 hours west of Pend Oreille. Goddamn.
Nice.
Full acre on this awesome river that you can just lay down or fish in. It's a perfect fishing river, and a pond off to the side of it. And the other acre that we have is all treed, perfect for the hammocks that we have. And I told you about this a couple weeks ago, or about a week ago, and I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, fucking better do it.
You don't do it, you can't live here no more.
Nah.
But it's. I'll show you pictures of it, and
Well, now you're gonna have to post them.
I was gonna say if anybody wants to see pictures of it, which I'm pretty sure like 4 people. Are
Dude,
gonna
there
listen
might
to
be
this,
like 32 people listening to this shit.
Well, then if you guys want to see it, shoot us an email. Go on our Facebook page. You can see it there. If you guys want to follow us on Facebook, on SoundCloud, Instagram, Snapchat, we have all of that. It's at the To The Table at Spokane. No, that's wrong. At To The Table Spokane. Excuse me.
At To The Table Spokane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look at us on
All right.
Instagram or any of those ones, if you feel like contacting us directly, there's an email. It's just To The Table Spokane at gmail.com. Please, if you have any questions, comments, anything that you want to talk to us about.
Or to tell us to get the fuck off the air and never do
I was
this
going to
again.
say, if you don't want to, or to tell us to fuck off, just please do. And if there's anything we can do to make you guys more happy, please let us know because we need that kind of approval.
Or, you can sponsor too. I have a nice bottle of wine hanging out over by me.
I've got a nice bowl of weed sitting next to me.
What you smoking today, Sam?
It's blueberry from Green Star here in Spokane, and it is so fucking tasty. And yeah, if anybody has donations for, we'll take donations of wine and weed. You think?
Yep.
That could be a good segment, wine and weed.
Wine and weed. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
And I'm currently drinking Old Soul Cab Sauvignon. It's super good. It's made in Lodi,
Sauvignon.
California.
Oh.
And it's got a cool label.
What year is it? How are the legs? Are the legs leggy?
It's
Still not show it legs.
it's like a $10 bottle of wine legs, but
So okay, if wine has legs, is it good or bad?
it's good.
Oh, okay.
Kind
So you
of
want-
sticks to the side of the glass is what you want.
Oh, okay.
And runs down in lines.
All right.
All right, so it looks like I think African Dream Root is pretty much the only thing we've got left.
Oh, that's right. So Casey, I don't know if anybody knows this about me, but I don't really dream. I haven't had a dream in probably 10 years or so. Partially due to insomnia and partially due to I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Probably some blows to the head.
Yeah, could be. I had a shelf fall on my face when I was a kid. I fell off a bed when I was a kid and broke my nose. Actually, I don't know if I actually broke it, but I have a gnarly scar from it now. So Casey ordered African Dream Root for us to help me, and he wanted to try it too. So
I'm trying it first to make sure it doesn't kill us.
yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I'm a little scared because I've never had. I don't know what a dream is like, and I don't know if it's going to be absolutely amazing or fucking terrifying.
It'll probably be both. Anyway, it's called Silene capensis, and it's a root. Yeah, it's the plant name.
I was going to say okay. Scientific term.
If you know me, or now you will learn, I try to track down like natural herbs and
Everything.
roots and
We get a package almost every 3 days that
roots
Casey has
and
ordered
leaves
something.
and shit you can buy on the internet in the weird far corners that do different kinds of things.
Some borderline illegal.
They're not illegal
But
yet.
they're not illegal.
One of them became illegal for like a week.
But then they re-legalized
Yeah,
it. I remember that one.
That was
Yeah.
interesting. It's called Kratom. Stay away from it.
It's legal. Do whatever the fuck you want.
There you go. Basically, you for this stuff you're supposed to like put it in water and like grind it up and shake it up and like eat the foam off the top of it.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me about
Yeah,
that.
the African Dream Root. So you're supposed to do that, which is the official way the Africans did it. But basically, I've just been chewing on roots, and I have like at least a couple times had some like really very memorable dreams. One of them was like the first sex dream I've had in like 5 years. Not gonna get into details, but it was.
Oh, come on.
It
I'm
was
kidding.
no, it was a little too detailed for its own good.
Too detailed for yourself.
Yeah, but it's definitely doing something. So we're gonna have to get Sam to try it soon. I've just been chewing on the root, which is kind of an interesting
Didn't you tell
flavor.
me you had a small hallucination at
Oh,
work?
yeah, it wasn't like a hallucination as much as like a hallucinatory state. Like
No, still.
it was like
Murray, what are you doing?
I can't remember the term. Everything just kind of looked different for a minute.
So you hallucinated.
Yeah, I hallucinated mildly for a minute while staring at my computer screen.
And so that's supposed to be a side effect?
It's a known side effect but you're also supposed
Okay.
to only take it in the mornings, and I was taking it at night prior to bed, which means that by the time the alkaloids metabolize,
you're
it hits
awake
me in the
instead
middle of the
Ooh,
day.
That makes sense. Okay, so
Yeah.
it makes you dream by making you hallucinate.
Kinda. It's supposed to kind of
I want to do some research on this.
improve improve your dream capabilities and crispness.
What if you don't have capabilities?
Well, that's the thing is I believe that like 99.9% of people dream, but there are certain people out there that just don't like normally have the capability to remember it because of the way that they sleep and then wake up. So I think that's a big part of it.
Okay, so I'm going to say right now, I'm going to start doing the African Dream route tomorrow morning.
And even though it tastes like shit, he's not going to be a bitch about it.
Exactly. If anybody knows me, I'm very picky. So I'm gonna do it.
We'll mix it into green tea or something, or some whiskey.
I'll drink anything if it has
Alkaloids and alcohol never hurt,
God.
right? They kind of sound the same.
So for next week's episode, I will discuss my events and if I had a dream or not. Because how long does it take to go into effect?
1 to 3 days.
Oh, perfect. So next week, okay, awesome. I'll be able to actually talk about it next week then.
Yep. If you did anything.
I think we're done for tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Again, if you guys want to talk to us, just shoot us an email at tothetablespokane@gmail.com. We'll check it out. And thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you. It's been great. Bye-bye.